All right, Instagram. Got the new bracket, and everything sounds like it's actually recording now. So we're doing the Insta with the upright bracket now, and Insta. Why do you make me hold my camera up that way? So this is the first time we've done a live Insta from the Commission Coach website or Instagram profile. It looks so close. I hope I'm not too close. So Instagram, real estate agents, sellers, and especially trainers that think it might be anti-competitive to speak about commissions to their customers. It's not anti-competitive to discuss commissions. So let's talk about how a discount versus an inflated rate could make your listings more saleable. Okay, first off, what is your answer to the question, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Agent, how much do you charge for commission? If it's anything other than negotiable, I think it's the wrong answer. Your answer should be it's negotiable. Negotiable on what? Well, negotiable on how much the list price is, because the lower, the less commission we need. If you underprice it, we don't need a commission at all, almost. You can give it away. I'll buy it right now. How long it's been on the market, how much money I spend on it, how much work I do on the property. And then while we're talking about it, commissions are negotiable. So let's tell your people that right up front. When's the best time for the seller to negotiate their commission? When's the only time that the seller actually has leverage over the agents and the commission? It's before they accept an offer, agree to a price that's not full. It's not contract price. And so in my market, I did a survey the other day, and 60% of the listings in the specific, I think I did 300,000 to 400,000 detached in St. Catharines. That's my market. And 60% of the listings are 2.5%. 40% of the listings are below that. They're either 2.25%, 2, or 1.75. I offer 4 to my selling brokers with the idea, and I tell my people right up front, would you pay, if you got an offer that was full price, cash, closing in 30 days, would you pay 4% to that buyer's agent? Most of the time they say yes. So let's put it in there with the idea that we're going to build in some leverage, something we can take away later, and with the idea that commissions are negotiable. So if you take significantly less, you can say, well, I'll take this if you guys take that, because that's the only time the actual seller has leverage over the agents is before they take less than contract price. You can tell your people up front, listen, if I double end the property, I'll do it for 5%. I won't charge you the full 7%. That's what I take is 7%, with the idea that I've been doing this for 25 years. My rate has normally been 3 for my end, the listing end, and 4 to the selling broker end. And if I double end it, I'll do it for a total of 5, which is most people's rate to start out with. Also, that helps at open house when the buyer looks at you and says, what's 4% to SB on the feature sheet? Well, that's how much your agent gets if you bring him in on the deal. Well, how much if I deal with you? Well, actually, I've got a deal with my seller that says that my 7% commission will become a 5% commission if I double end it. It's pretty easy for the buyer to figure out 2% of the list price while he's standing right in front of you. I'm not saying that's an incentive, but it could be. Let's face it, the bottom line's the bottom line with the sellers. They're less concerned with what your total commission is and more concerned about what they net. So they will pay more money to get more money, in my opinion. Now, I'm not a 200 transaction a year guy, but I have been very successful, almost 100% hit rate with getting 4% to the selling broker on my listings because it works. And if it doesn't work, you can negotiate out of it. Listen, the seller does not want a weak agent, and a weak agent is the guy that drops his commission right off the bat. Do you think he's the guy that's going to stand for the seller's full pop? I think not. We want strong agents, strong negotiators, and that's a good way to show them that you are both. And we're not going to take a 4% to selling broker commission and hope that the seller forgets. No, we remind them all along the way, and we coach them to keep that selling broker bonus at 4% for all the signbacks back and forth until that's it. They're not going to go any lower. And at that point, you can say to the buyer broker, listen, this is your last chance to get 4% on the selling broker. I'm sorry, this is how it goes. And this is his final sign back at this commission. So if you don't take it, you'll be working for less. You know what? Sometimes the agent will come in and say, hey, if the offer's not good, if it's not acceptable right off the bat, change the commission down to a regular rate and give me a better sign back. Don't worry about it. I don't care about the inflated rate. Some agents, when you say, do you want a higher sign back with the bonus in, or do you want a lower sign back with the regular rate? They'll say, you know what, give me the higher rate. Let me see if I can get it done. Greed is good, then let's use it. I'm not saying all agents are that, and I don't speak in absolutes, but this is something that certainly can work for you. You know, when I first got in the business, I remember coming into the office. My partner at the time was scratching a big X through the property. I'm like, well, what's wrong with that property? Well, it's 2.5 to selling broker. Everyone else offers 3. Why would I show that? That's $3,000 in my pocket. I'm not showing. That's a weak agent. So at that point, I went, oh, so if we inflated the rate, and this is not my technology. I mean, at least one trainer out there talks about it. The rest of the trainers are like, we don't talk about commission because it's anti-competitive with our customers who are agents. Do you really get that? There's not a real estate coach that I know of out there that's coaching agents on how to get a higher rate of commission to put more money in the vendor's pocket. That is shocking and ridiculous. So I figured if a discount was detrimental or could be detrimental or could hurt the enthusiasm of the buyer broker, the selling broker, or the co-op, whatever it's called in your country, then an inflated rate could help all that. So we've talked about how it works at open house. We've talked about how it works on the listing. We talked about it on the final sign back. We talked about the bottom line being the bottom line. They're less concerned with the total commission than they are the bottom line. We talked about how we're not going to just take the contract and hope they forget it as inflated rate of commission. We talked about building in leverage to the listing with the hope that your vendor, your seller, is going to get something close to full price. Go to thecommissioncoach.com. You'll be greeted with a pop-up. If not, realestate@teamniagara.ca is my email address. Give me your name, your phone number, and a time that's good to call you. I will call you and coach you in depth on all this stuff. It takes about 20 minutes, just like the length of this video probably is. 30 minutes if you've got a question. There's a couple programs on there. The FSBO program. I'm really good at FSBOs. It's like a five question ask for FSBOs, and the commission coach thing, the 7% every time. I'm not trying to fix commissions. I'm not saying take 7% or nothing. And I'm not looking for you to give me the $500 up front. If you give it to me, I'll make it worth your money and your effort. What I'm thinking is once you use this in the field, I'll give you all the information free. I'll speak at your office, your conference, your sales meetings, or one-on-one on the phone. I have no problem pushing this information around because nobody else is doing it, number one, and it works. So I am so confident that you're going to know that it works. Actually, I've got an offer on the website. It says, if it doesn't work, if it doesn't provide 10 times the value that you spend on it, I'll give you double your money back. That's how convinced I am it's going to work. And if you go out into the field and you see it work, I think you'll be grateful enough to come back and donate voluntarily to the Commission Coach. So thecommissioncoach.com. Give me your contact information in the pop-up that comes up and a time that's good to call you. I will call you back at that time, spend 20 minutes with you, give you all the information that you need to coach your sellers up and sellers on, even if you're selling private. Offer 4% to the selling broker to get full pop. If you agree to a full price offer and paying that agent 4%, then offer to them in the listing. Don't give them 2%. Don't give them the market rate of 2.5% or market rate. Can't say that. The most common rate. Offer them something more than the MLS agents are offering them, and see how those agents will work on your listing to bring you something closer to full pop. Thecommissioncoach.com. Fill out the information. I will get back to you at a time that works for you, whether you're a seller, or whether you're a private seller, or whether you're thinking of a listing with an agent, or whether you're an agent, and even better, if you're a trainer and you're not teaching this, I'd love to spend even an hour with you, coaching you up on how you can coach your clients this information. Okay? So to my 112 followers out there, I hope that increases soon. And I hope I actually recorded this correctly. This is my first Insta at the Commission Coach. on Instagram, my first live Instagram, so I'm hoping it works. thecommissioncoach.com or realestate@teamniagara.ca. Love y'all. Peace. My engineer's not here, so I have to turn off the camera myself. What a drag. What a drag it is. And live video.